Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So, today we are going to take a look and a preview in this football ASMR video at the Champions League group, the Europa League and the Conference League. And I'm going to predict who is going to get out of the group stage into the knockouts, and I'll give a little estimation of who I think will reach the latter stages, maybe even be the winners. Let's talk Champions League to begin with then. So this year, our confirmed final participants in the group stage are Ajax, who are back after a couple of years' absence. They finished second in their league after letting a massive lead slip. Arsenal obviously came second as well. Atalanta, Athletic Club, who are in this Champions League for the first time in, I don't know, have they ever been in it before? Atletico Madrid are back, as are Barcelona, Bayer Leverkusen, Bayern, Benfica. We welcome Bodo Glimt. I'm sure they would have been in the Champions League before, but I haven't seen them there for quite some time. Usual Borussia Dortmund, Chelsea, Club Brugge, Eintracht Frankfurt. We welcome back Copenhagen after a year or two out. Galatasaray as well after a year or two out. Inter, last year's finalists. We see Juve back in the Champions League. Kairat Almaty for the first time in their club's history, and I think this is only like the second time we have a Kazakh club in the Champions League. Liverpool, of course, Man City, Marseille of France, Monaco as well. Newcastle United back after a year away. Olympiacos have made it into the Champions League this year. PSV Eindhoven, the champions of the Netherlands. Then we have Pavos. I had a little Google. We have had a Cypriot team in the Champions League before, but not for a while. Paris Saint-Germain, of course, the reigning champions. Karabakh, who have been in the Champions League before. Of course, the most decorated team, Real Madrid. Napoli back again. Slavia Prague this time, because they won the Czech division. Sporting, Spurs are back for winning the Europa League. Union Saint-Gilloise of Belgium. So you have two Belgian clubs this year, which is excellent news for their league. And Villarreal, because of course we have 5 teams from Spain and 6 teams from England. No Scottish teams this year, unfortunately, because of Club Brugge and Kairat Almaty. Yes, it's good that we've got some of the smaller nations such as Cyprus, Azerbaijan, Czechia in the competition, and of course Kazakhstan, which is basically, Almaty is on the border with China. So I think it's the longest trip that anyone has had to make in Champions League history, which obviously will be horrific for the teams that have to go there, particularly towards winter when it's freezing cold. I think there will be lots of complaints, particularly because obviously there's 8 matches now rather than 6 as well. Okay, so it's basically tricky to look at the fixture list in total because everyone has their individual teams that they've pulled. There's no groups. We're in this is it called the Swiss league design, I think is called. So instead, let's just flick through and look for highlights. So Athletic Club against Arsenal looks fun. The Netherlands against Belgium. We have Juve against Dortmund, which looks fun. Real Madrid against Marseille, 2 powerhouses of Europe over history. Greece against Cyprus there. Olympiacos against Pavos. Ajax against Inter, Bayern against Chelsea, Liverpool against Atletico. Then we have neighbours. We got Denmark against Germany there. Man City take on the champions of Italy. Newcastle at Barcelona. And who else have we got here? Real Madrid have to travel away to Kazakhstan. Ouch. Bodo Glimt play Tottenham, who Tottenham beat, of course, on the way to win the Europa League last year. Very difficult place to win a match. Then we have Galatasaray taking on Liverpool in Istanbul. Marseille, Ajax. Copenhagen have to travel away to Azerbaijan, which isn't even close to the furthest distance in this year's competition. Arsenal home to Olympiacos, Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain. Ouch. That's going to be a big match. Can't wait to see that. And then we have Dortmund against Athletic Club, Monaco, Man City, Villarreal, Juventus. Barcelona home to Olympiacos. Then we have Arsenal, Atletico Madrid. Newcastle take on Benfica. Man City are away in Spain to Villarreal. Galatasaray take on Bodo Glimt at home. Bayern take on Club Brugge. Chelsea, Ajax. Liverpool are away in Frankfurt. One of my outside bets for the German league this year. I wonder how badly they'll let me down. Real Madrid, Juventus, big match. Then we've got Liverpool, Real Madrid. How many times have we seen those matches in finals usually? Paris Saint-Germain, Bayern Munich is another big one. Tottenham take on Copenhagen. Chelsea are away in Azerbaijan. Inter at home to Kazakhstan. Team Kairat Almaty. Man City, Dortmund. Two of my fave teams in the competition. Newcastle take on Athletic Club. And then round 5, who's the highlights here? Chelsea, Barcelona has to be surely. Then we've got Newcastle going away to the beautiful city of Marseille. Who else we got? Arsenal, Bayern, ouch. Atletico Madrid, Inter. Liverpool play PSV. Tottenham have to go away to Paris. Round 6 highlights, we've got Chelsea away to Atalanta, who I'm not sure are going to do that well this year. I'll talk about it in a minute. Inter Liverpool will be tasty. I think Barcelona-Frankfurt will be a really good match. Then we have Spurs are at home to Slavia. And then match day, oh no, that's the same match day. Newcastle away to Leverkusen, who they've had a ridiculous start to the season, so we'll see if they settle down by this point in December. Paris Saint-Germain going away to Bilbao. Real Madrid, Man City. And then round 7, Man City are away to Bodo Glimt, difficult place to go in January as well, in the snow on an artificial pitch. Club Brugge away to Almaty, I already spoke about how difficult that will be. Inter Arsenal, that'll be very nice, thank you. Tottenham Dortmund will be very good. And who else? Chelsea have got Paphos, Liverpool away to Marseille, Newcastle home to PSV, finishing off with Barcelona away to Slavia Prague, and round 8 lastly, Arsenal but home to Kazakhstan, Almaty. Then we have Copenhagen taking on Barcelona in the Camp Nou. Real Madrid away to Benfica, 2 powerhouses of Europe. Dortmund Inter will be good. Frankfurt Tottenham. Tottenham obviously beat Frankfurt on the way to the Cup last year. So a couple of teams that were in the Europa League last year: Athletic Bilbao, Frankfurt, Tottenham, Bodo Glimt. Liverpool will be at home to Azerbaijani side Karabakh. Man City take on Galatasaray, big spending Galatasaray of course. Monaco Juve, PSG Newcastle, PSV Eindhoven, Bayern Munich, Chelsea away to Scudetto holders Napoli, and last game there on the list, Union Saint-Gilloise home to Atalanta. So who do I think is going to get through then? So I'd say sure bets are obviously Liverpool. For me, Chelsea, Bayern, Barcelona, Arsenal, Borussia Dortmund, Inter, Juve, Man City. So they are my surefire qualifiers. Let's see if I've left anyone out. I have some doubts or worries about some of the other teams. Ajax are a little bit flaky. And Dutch teams don't travel that well. They play well at home. Atalanta I'm very concerned about with their change of manager. Athletic Club, I don't know how they'll cope with their relatively small squad in 3 competitions this year, playing twice a week. Atletico Madrid have started appallingly in the league, as have Bayer Leverkusen. Benfica sort of had a peak a couple of years ago and have sort of trailed off, so I'm not sure where they are at the moment. Bodo Glimt will win their home games and surprise a lot of people. Club Brugge will do better than you think. Frankfurt I've got my eye on. I think that they could do quite well, but yeah. They obviously sold Ekatike, but they seem to have invested well. Copenhagen, very difficult place to win. Galatasaray, extremely difficult place to win. Kairat Almaty will be, not because of the quality of the team, but because of the conditions, very difficult to win away at. Marseille are very unpredictable. Monaco sold a lot of their big players. I don't know how well they've invested. Newcastle should, with the players they just got in before the window shut, should be okay. Olympiacos might make it out of the group. Paphos I don't think will. Karabakh I don't think will. I forgot Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain, sorry. Paris Saint-Germain will get through, Real Madrid will get through, Napoli will get through. I think Villarreal will get through. Union Saint-Gilloise might sneak through. Spurs should get through, but we don't know what this new version of them is like yet. It looks positive though. Sporting, I'm still on the fence about. Slavia Prague dominated in the league last year. Can they translate that to European football? Maybe is the answer. I'm not saying no. So yeah, that's what I think. I think I've got doubts about Atalanta, Ajax, Atleti, Benfica, Sporting, Club Brugge, Copenhagen, Galatasaray are on the fence. They've made a lot of big signings, but they don't play very defensively well, so they just kind of go for it. So sometimes they can be beaten quite heavily. But I think some of them are a safe bet to get through. Marseille, I'm a little bit worried about. Monaco, same. Olympiacos, I'm hoping they'll surprise us. They've got a good squad. And Spurs, I'm not sure of just yet. It's too early to say. I think they'll be okay though. Union Saint-Gilloise, I think, might get out of the group too, as will Villarreal, who are playing really good football. So those are my predictions. I think at this point in time, Chelsea have to be considered, particularly after winning the Club World Cup. Chelsea have to be considered big contenders. Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool. You never ever rule out Real Madrid. Although I don't think their squad balance is the best at the moment. Their tactics, it's a transitional year with a new coach. Can they fit in Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. in the same team? That I have questions. Barcelona, sometimes, same as Galatasaray, overly offensive, will be caught out by a smarter team in the knockouts, I think. Bayern will think that they can get to a semi-final. So yeah, I think Napoli could. They have Kevin De Bruyne now, and they already had a fantastic team last year. Napoli could shock a couple of people, so look out for them. They're a really good team. And obviously, you know, you never count out Man City. They've started pretty badly in the Premier League though, so Inter have started well in Serie A, but I have doubts over this ageing team of theirs. Juve, I'm not sure that they're semi-final pedigree, but they'll maybe get to a quarter-final. Borussia Dortmund always seem to get into a quarter-final as well. I'm looking forward to maybe someone shocking me. Maybe we can get a cup run from an Ajax Athletic Club, maybe someone from Portugal, Galatasaray or Olympiacos maybe, or Marseille will shock us. Maybe Spurs can do something crazy. That would be really nice to watch a different team get into the latter stages of the knockout. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope I'm impressed by someone new. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. We're going to look at the Europa League. So same thing again with Europa League. So we have Aston Villa, Basel, Bologna, Braga, Brann, Celta Vigo, Celtic, Dinamo Zagreb, FC Bucharest, Midtjylland, Porto, Utrecht, Crvena Zvezda, Fenerbahce, Ferencváros, Feyenoord, Freiburg, Genk, Go Ahead Eagles, Lille, Ludogorets Razgrad, Lyon, Maccabi Tel Aviv, Malmö, Nice, Nottingham Forest, PAOK, Thessaloniki, Panathinaikos, Rangers, Real Betis, Roma, Salzburg, Sturm Graz, Stuttgart, Victoria Pilsen, and Young Boys of Bern. So before the knockouts, I thought that Roma were by far and away the better team, but actually reading through that list, there's some really good teams in there. Aston Villa, of course. Bologna will think that they can definitely get out of the group, as will Celtic. I think Porto as well will like to go quite far in this competition. They did last year. I've watched a lot of this Utrecht team. I think that they're very decent. Fenerbahce have obviously just sacked Jose Mourinho and spent a lot of money, 100 million or something, so they will think that they can go far. Feyenoord you shouldn't forget about. Freiburg have started a little poorly, if I remember correctly, in the Bundesliga, because they've sold their best player. Genk, Go Ahead Eagles, not sure about them. Lille lost Jonathan David, obviously, but we'll hope to do well. Lyon, I think, are contenders. Nice severely underperformed last year, so I hope that they can do better. Nottingham Forest will think that they can contend for this cup. Rangers will think that they can get far in the competition, so will Real Betis, Roma that I talked about. I think Stuttgart will think that they can go quite far as well, actually. And despite having a very poor year last year, Salzburg impressed me in the Club World Cup. So I think that they are the teams that probably will get through. So sticking my neck out, getting through will be someone like Aston Villa, Bologna, Braga probably will, Celta Vigo, Celtic, maybe Midtjylland, Porto, Utrecht, maybe Red Star, Fenerbahce, Feyenoord, Lille, Lyon. I don't think Nice will, I'm not sure. Nottingham Forest, Panathinaikos I think will get through, Rangers, Real Betis, Roma, Stuttgart, and my outside bet, Victoria Pilsen. Do not underestimate this team. They have got a fantastic record in Europe. They went the year before last, they got to the semi-finals, went out on penalties I think it was, or no, in extra time to Fiorentina in the Conference League, and they didn't concede a goal for like the entire time up until the semi-final extra time, second half, or end of the first half I think it was, the first goal went in. That's like crazy, it's like 10, 12 games they're conceding, so do not underestimate this Czech team. Okay, so those are my predictions. I think Roma will think that they can win it. I think Lyon will do really, really well. Nottingham Forest, because of their budget, purely more than anything, and Aston Villa as well, probably. Okay, let's look at the Conference League then. Okay, Conference League we have AEK Athens, Larnaca, Alkmaar, AZ, Aberdeen, Breiðablik, Crystal Palace, Drita, Dynamo Kiev, FC Noah, Fiorentina, back again, the best team in this competition's history, without winning it. Häcken, Hamburg Spartans, we'll come back to them in a second. Jagiellonia Białystok, the first of 4 Polish teams. Skandia, Kups, KUPS, I'm not sure how Kups. Lausanne, Lech Poznań, Legia Warszawa, Lincoln Red Imps, we'll come back to them. Mainz, Celje, Omonia Nicosia, Raków Częstochowa, Rapid Wien, Rayo Vallecano, Rijeka, Samsunspor, Shakhtar, Shamrock, Shelburne, 2 Irish teams, brilliant. Sigma Olomouc, Slovan Bratislava, Sparta Praha, Strasbourg, Universitatea Craiova, and Zrinjski Mostar. So exciting. We've seen a couple of new teams in the Champions League and a couple of returning teams. We've got some new nations to get into European competition this year in the Conference League. So we had Wales and Northern Ireland and Armenia last year, and the year before that we had Iceland and Faroe Islands. This year we have Drita, I think. Drita and Skandia are both Albanian. Oh no, North Macedonia, excuse me. So we've got a North Macedonia team. Have we had one before? I think I'm not sure we have. But I think Drita, there's very little detail on them. As you can see, it's not even, so little is known of them. I think they are, I think they're from Albania, but I'm not sure now. I'm doubting myself. Hammer and Spartans are from Malta. So our first Maltese team. And I think these are Finnish. Yeah, so we've got a Finnish team in. Or maybe we've had one Finnish team before, but not them. And we've got Lincoln Red Imps from Gibraltar. So we have a Gibraltar team in the competition. That's fantastic. So we're ticking off. We've just got a couple of nations to go. I don't think we've ever had a Georgian team make it into a European competition since, you know, the new age of the Champions League, Europa League and Conference League. Definitely not, no Georgian teams. And apart from that, I think maybe Luxembourg, they nearly made it, and maybe somewhere like Liechtenstein, Andorra. We haven't had any of those teams, but yeah, we're ticking off those lists of all those countries. Okay. I just thought of a couple more. We haven't had any Montenegrin teams, have we? But we've Zrinjski Mostar, Bosnians, we've had them. Okay, so I think getting out of the group, remember there's only 6 games in the Conference League, I think AAK will think they can get out. AZ Alkmaar definitely will. Good luck to Aberdeen, I think they could. Crystal Palace will definitely get out of the group. Kiev will think they can. Fiorentina will definitely get out of the group. Jagiellonia Białystok will definitely get out of the group. I think maybe it's going to be a good year for Polish teams. I think there's a strong chance that Lech Poznań and Legia Warszawa and perhaps even Częstochowa could all qualify. Mainz will definitely get out of the group. I think Rapid Wien, I don't want to say definitely, but I think will. Rayo will. Rijeka, the champions of Croatia, not Dinamo Zagreb, so I'm looking forward to seeing them. Samsunspor surprised everyone and finished, I think, higher than Beşiktaş last year in the Turkish league, so I'm interested to see how they do. I think Shamrock can do it twice in a row. I think they can get out of the group, but they are not even the champions. Shelburne are the champions of Ireland, so good luck to them in their maiden conference campaign. Shakhtar, with all their Brazilians, should get out of the group. Slovan Bratislava impressed in the Champions League last year. I think they could get out of the group. Sparta, I would normally say definitely, but they're on a little bit of a downturn. I wonder if they've sorted it out over the summer. Strasbourg will definitely get out of the group. They've had all these players from back and forth with, is it Chelsea they transferred with, or was it Man City? I can't remember. Chelsea, I think. And I was impressed with Zrinjski Mostar last year. Maybe they can also get out of the group. There are a couple of teams that will be trying. Celje, I think, impressed me in previous years. Häcken will do pretty well, I think. As will Noah will do alright. yeah, there's a couple of teams I think will do their best and come close to getting out of the league phase. In terms of getting into the final group of matches, I think Strasbourg could be considered in that group of teams. I think Mainz could be in that group of teams as well. And apart from that, I'm not sure how Lausanne will do. Sorry if you're watching and you're a fan of Lausanne, I don't know enough about them. We'll see. Swiss teams have underperformed in Europe. Maybe it's time for that to change. I think Crystal Palace will definitely be looking towards the final. Fiorentina will be desperate to win this competition. 2 consecutive finals and a semi-final last year. So can they actually get this in their trophy cabinet? Yeah, and AZ I think will do really well. I think my top 4 are going to be those 3 and either Mainz or Strasbourg, I think. Let me know what your opinion is. Do give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment, let me know who you think is going to win each competition, and let me know who you think might be a shock in each of the competitions. Do you think it's a year for someone tiny to go quite far? Is someone on your radar? And then let me know if you're happy with your team's draw. And of course, if you love what I do, then sub this channel. More videos every week when there are matches in these 3 competitions coming up. And if you absolutely adore what I do, then maybe consider joining me on Patreon. Info in the box below. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Hope you're nice and relaxed, whilst at the same time all caught up on football news. Are you excited for the new European campaign? I know I am. I will try and set up the predictor leagues as soon as possible and put the link, maybe I'll do it tonight and I'll put the link below. Check for that and join the league for this year. Okay, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye 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 bye.